I know this is working. I just love OBS and trying to make a video. So give this some time for my members, everybody to find this come up. We're talking about this over here is known as a Pioneer, is actually known as a Radclo drone. I want to make sure that you hear me just fine, so that's why I'm making sure this come up. Everything is working. We're talking about this. Well, I got no sound. Is known as a timeout. Is actually. Let me see if it's my end or OBS's end. I want to make sure that you hear sound, video capture device. So that's why I'm making sure. I just don't get it. Everything is working. We're talking about. You're hooked up. No, you got sound perfect. So you're hooked up. Let me see. I see the desktop audio and the mic audio. I want to make sure that you hear sound, video. So that's fish. I have a X on my screen, and it just automatically muted my sound. I love how things are controlled by computers. It's not what I asked for. I didn't ask for fish. I have. So there we go. You could tell that I hit the lower tab. It didn't do a thing. No, whatever. Not going to worry about it. So here we are. Get started. I have Radclo right here. I have two drones, not one, two drones. They're the same exact one. They come in different colors. This is the orange one. I like the orange one. It's all set up. The battery's in there. I haven't removed it. And just to show you the other one, let me put the box over here out of the way. There's a top way and a bottom way. And it's a little tricky to understand which is which. The small end is the top. And there's the Radclo other one. Now, I'm most sure you're going to ask me that silly question. And that question is going to be, and let me turn on the YouTube side so I can see if anybody came in. That silly question is, it's not silly at all. It's an excellent question. What if I have this transmitter and I can't find it for this one? Can I use this transmitter for that drone? I'm almost sure you can. All right, I got battery. The only downside, people, I apologize, is this cover. It blocks the on and off. Wouldn't you want to see the on and off? So can I drill some holes here and here so I could see through to the on and off when it's closed? No, because what's going to happen is you have a spring, a metal shaft bar, it'll be in its way. So let's talk about calibration. The issue the member's having if he finds this. This is what I would do. I love how things are just always tilting. The table feels like it's tilted, the drone's tilted. You have the drone, and when you go out, this is what you must do every single time. Set your drone up. Open the top arms up first. I was going to open up the bottom. Open the tops first, the bottoms last. Every single day you go fly. You don't have to keep opening and closing, but if you open it up, you're ready to fly. Now, if I change out my battery, this is what you got to do every single time. Your battery goes in, you turn your transmitter, your drone on. You must always pair your drone, period. If I shut my drone off, I turn my drone back on and I left my transmitter, I must pair my drone. It's giving me a warning. It doesn't like it. So I have to shut my transmitter off, shut my drone off, start all over again. We always turn our controllers on first. So this way, it's in control, not the drone. The drone's in control if you turn it on first. But with these toys, it doesn't matter which one you turn on and off. Just practice turning your controller on first, your drone second. Rapid flash means pair up, down. Solid means we're good to go, but we're not ready for flight. To calibrate, you must go down and to the left. I have to hold my drone, go down to the left. Maybe it's down to the right. I apologize. I have all these drones here. I have SEMA, which is the opposite, it's down to the left. I have DRC, maybe down to the right. I'm hitting. All this room, I'm hitting. So let's start this all over again. My battery dies. I want to go do another flight. I put my battery in. I turn both the transmitter and the controller on. The receiver on. I pair up, down. I calibrate down to the right. If I start to take off and I crash, I don't just go here and try to fly. I go down to the right. I must calibrate every single time. Are you ready to fly? Pair, calibrate, crash. You may have to shut down, pair, calibrate. Always calibrate. If you have your drone and it's just simply the wind is coming this way, it's hitting you in the face. It's hitting you in the face. So your drone's going to have to go like this, work harder to fly. Let me shut this all off. I really do need it on, but let me shut it off. If the wind is going this way towards the window, what's going to happen when you go up? The drone's going to go towards the window. It's going to go this way. So, let's say there's no wind at all. So when the drone goes up, you're going this way. You're flying that way. All right, we got a problem. And how are we going to fix that problem? Well, let's take a look. Let's turn our transmitter on. Go up and down. Let's hit the trim. Let's go the opposite way. We're centered. Let's hit the trim. Go up. Go down. We're centered. So we're calibrated. I think if you hold the trim, you hold the on and off, hold the trim, hold the on and off. On certain drones, you can reset your transmitter by holding the trim and turning on. So the only way I know right now is to hit the trim, get that solid long beep just on two of them, the up, left. It doesn't matter because the up and down, you're trimming. So if you're trimming your forward and it goes beep, 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 you go the opposite way. Beep, 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 beep. You're centered. And if you want to trim the other one, beep, 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 beep. All right, so fully trimmed. You understand that. I'm trying to make this very easy for you. So now we turn the drone on, we turn the transmitter on. Gotta have a little humor here. We go up and down, we calibrate, we take off, And our drone goes this way still, and there's no wind. We got a problem. That's where you grab a screwdriver. That's where you take a prop, you look at one of the propellers, and you inspect it. Do you see that? As you inspect the propeller, is it stiff? Is it not moving? Is there any cracks? Is there any bends on it? Is it smooth? It looks good. Leave the propeller to the side. Don't lose that screw. Look at the motor. The motor's right here. Right where my index finger's at. Right there. The motor looks good. Let me spin this. Is it spinning freely? Is there any rough spots in the gears that I could feel? This is all brush, people. Now, I take a look at the arm, the motor, around. This is called a checklist. In this checklist, everything looks good. You're going to do this for every single one. But before we put this back on, what you're going to do is you're going to look on the area here, the white and underneath. And I'll get nice and close and hope that the light and the black on black lettering you can see. I'll put it on an angle right where my index finger's at. Let me make sure my product is there. There we go. You have to trust me on this. There's a letter known as a B as in boy, number 1. And let me do one of these. This is Z as in zebra 2. Z as zebra 2 and B1. B as in boy, B as in boy, that's a goldfish. It's on 100%. And there we are. Hey, welcome aboard. Thank you for joining. I'm not going to take everything else off, but what I am going to go do now is just argument's sake here. Oh, yeah, I want to make myself comfortable. These are B's. These are A's. For argument's sake, this is going to spin this way, counterclockwise, clockwise. Let's take a look at that. I pair, I calibrate. I'm going to go up. They spin this way. Look at the back ones. The back spin this way. So now, what you're going to do, did you crash? Did you put B on correctly and B on correctly? Did you have a burnout motor that you put the wires on reverse? You want to make sure that each of the propellers spin in the proper direction. If you put the propeller on, can't go upside down, put the propellers A on the B and B on the A, this is what's going to happen. It's going to go that direction. So if you swap those propellers where on the arm and the propeller match like for like, then the quadcopter is going to go up. So you want to always do a pre-check list. I'm ready to go fly. My drone looks good. I can open up my arms, my props any old way. I take a look. I got no cracks, no smudges on the sensor if I'm using the camera. I have the little infrared sensor for obstacle avoidance. They're clean. The wire's not broken on the insides of the arms. I'm all set up. I am going to go take off in this small spot for you. I'm going to turn my transmitters on, turn my drone, going to calibrate. I want to make sure I'm on a flat level table and calibrate. I am going to do a manual takeoff, and I am going to go up. I am going forward because of the wind pressure. I'm going to trim. I am drifting towards the right. And I am crashing. Now, I don't have enough room, and I'm trying to hit the trim again. I'm centering my trim out. I'm all centered out. And I am going to fly again. I'm going to calibrate, and I'm going to take off. So there I am. I forget how to do obstacle avoidance.
notice right here, right where my index finger's at, right there. The motor looks good. Let me spin this. Is it spinning?